This lesson we're going to be customizing and showing you some of the options with Chrome DevTools. So there's a number of ways to access Chrome DevTools. On a Windows machine, you can right-click anywhere on the page, and if you select a particular element that you want to inspect, you can also right-click and that will open up that pop-up window where you can select Inspect. On a Mac, you can do a Control click and that will show you the same pop-up window, and anywhere on the open space, if you do a Control and do an Inspect, this will automatically open up the DevTools, and it'll automatically open it to the element that you're looking at. So if, for instance, we do want to select this element, I can do an Inspect, and that will pop that up under the elements, and also provide the properties that we currently have for the element that's being displayed. The other way to open up DevTools is to go to the top right-hand corner of the browser, and under the More Tools, you can select DevTools, and there's also shortcuts to open up the DevTools window. Within DevTools, you can customize where it's being docked, so you can pop it out to a separate screen, separate window. You can dock it on the left, dock it at the bottom, dock it on the right. So right now I currently have it docked on the bottom. By default, it docks to the left. There's also the console, so you can show the console drawer. So this is giving you more information about what's new with Chrome updates, known issues that's detecting, and then there's also the console window. So you can close that, and that's just the console drawer. You can search. There's also running the commands under More Tools. This will give you an idea of all the different tools that you can add. So if you do want to look at anything in particular, you can add the quick source, and that will give you the source of the content. And in order to open up the file, this can run the file on your computer as a source file. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And another one of the tools, we've got the Cog Wheel, which will open up the settings, and this will allow you to update the settings and the preferences. So you can set workspaces and set your preference. You can select a theme, either light or dark. So the dark theme will show the console in a dark format. So reload the DevTools, and now we've got a dark theme. You can always change it back by going into the cog, set up as light, and then once you click off of it, it will automatically save your preference, and once you've made changes, it'll ask you to reload the DevTools. There's the different color formats, so you can use hex, RGB, or HSL. So this is in relation to how the content is being output within the styling. There's also the panel auto, so you can do a vertical or a horizontal for the panel. And then there's a number of different options that you can go through for the preferences in order to update how your DevTools are behaving and look. There's also the restore to defaults. So this will just restore to what the defaults are. And the only one that I had set is actually where I'm stocking it. So I'll move it back down to the bottom. It also resized it back to the original size. So all of that is available within the cog. You can also select custom devices in order to test different screen sizes, and that can be done within the browser. So for instance, if I wanted to change the screen size, I can also click here to toggle the device toolbar, and this is where the devices are listed. So we've got different dimensions of the devices, and we can edit and update the list from the screen that we saw. So these will adjust. We can also customize the height and the width. So we can shrink the width, we can increase the height or decrease the height. There's also a drag and option for increasing and changing the dimensions. You can change the view size. So we can go down to 50, we can go back up to 100. And there's also the rotating. So you can rotate the screen so as to simulate what you might get on a mobile device. And this can always be closed when you go back down. This is highlighted in blue, the device toolbar. There's also a keyboard shortcut in order to toggle the device. And within the cog wheel, you can always check and get the full list of DevTools shortcuts. So all of them are going to be listed here. If you are looking for shortcuts, there's a full listing here within the cog of the settings. And also there's a link to the chrome.com/docs/DevTools shortcuts, where you can again get a full listing of all the shortcuts within DevTools.